Well, good morning, students. This morning, would like to having an online class with the subject of business English. While due to the issue of the COVID-19 spreading, we have to make the class in the form of online class. Well, our materials this morning is that we are going to discuss about business telephoning. Well, why we should have business telephoning? Because most type of business in the world that telephone plays a very important part in daily operations. Why? Because business needs telephones. Why business need telephones? In order to call out and contact vendors, business association, and then clients or customer, they are also valuable in that when they can open a door of communication with the customer. So by allowing them to contact the business at any times during 8 hours of the operations, so it means that telephones plays an important role in the form of business. Well, and why it should be a business telephoning? Because telephone can help business people maybe getting informations from their clients or from the customer. By telephones, we can also make an appointment with our clients. And the third things, maybe telephones also can be used when we are going to cancel an appointment with our clients. And also with the telephone, we can order goods. We can complain, or maybe we can say thank you or something. So as important as the phone is, it means that a business telephoning is very important to be known by you, especially you are learning in company management's major, and after your graduation you are going to work in a company, and maybe you are going to be a secretary or receptionist, that you have the responsibility to handle the phone or the telephone in your office. Well, I would like to tell you the tips how actually the best way and how is a good tips for answering and handling the business call or the business telephone. The first thing, when you receive the telephones, when you are working in a company, that you have to answer the phone quickly. Don't let the ring of the telephones will ring for many times. So you have to hold up your telephone as soon as possible. Second thing is that when you receive the telephone, you have to be warm and welcoming. Even though you don't see their face, you don't see your client face, but you have to arrange your voice. You have to arrange that your voice, your face, it seems that you are really welcoming of your clients. And then the third thing is that you have to introduce yourself and your business or your company. For example, if you are working as the secretary in PTX, or let's say PT Sempurna, and then you have to introduce your name. Let's say your name is Ajeng. You can say Ajeng speaking, or PT Sempurna, Ajeng speaking, can I help you? So it means that you have to introduce yourself and also you introduce your company. It's not a good thing you say something casually by saying hello and then you don't introduce yourself And also, you don't introduce your company. And then the next thing is that you have to speak clearly. So don't let your clients feel do not understand what you are speaking about. So the intonation, the way how you speak, you have to make sure that your client can understand you clearly and easily. And the next thing, when you receive the telephone, please do not use slang language, slang words, or bars words. This is not a good ethic. So just use the formal one, the formal word. And the next things that you have to ask before you put people hold on. So you have to ask first before you put people to hold on the phone, whether they are going to leave the message, or maybe your clients want to speak with your boss, and then your boss is not in the office at that moment. So before he or she hold on the phone, you have to ask him or her. And the next step that please don't just put call storage. Yeah, don't just put call storage. And the next that don't use hands-free to answer the calls. So you have to really hold your phone, and then don't use your hands-free and then you are speaking and then your hand also do something else. This is not good. And the next thing is that take message properly. So before you end your telephone calls, you have to take the message, whether maybe you are going to ask or tell your boss that he will call you back later, or maybe ask the message properly and politely before you both with your client and your call. And the last thing that on the use answering phones, if you absolutely have to. So why it should be conducted like that? Because answering phones are so impersonal. Yeah, I'm sure that most first-time callers who hits voicemail simply hang up. So if you must use one, please make sure that you call back as soon as possible. And you have to remember also that people who leave message out of hours are just as important as those who call during the business day. So if you get a lot of call out of business hours, or maybe over the weekend, so it may be sensible to invest in using the professional answering service. Right, this is the tips how to make a very good business telephoning. So the first things that you really have to do, that when you are making a business telephone, the first thing that you have to introduce yourself and your company. Yeah, that's the best thing. And make sure also that you will speak or reply the telephones maybe warmly and politely. Well, before I end my explanations, maybe all of you students, I would like you to practice how to make business telephone calls with your partner, with your friends. In group of two, you try to set a kind of situations. For example, you are working in a company and you are as the secretary, and then after that your client call you, you try to introduce yourself and then introduce your company, and then ask what is it going to do and what is it going to what is he going to do, or what is he going to ask you to do, and before you hold off the telephone. For example, if you are working in PTX, you just introduce yourself. Ajeng speaking. PTX, good morning, can I help you? And then when your client say that, Mr. A is speaking, could I speak to your boss, please? And then when your boss is not in the office, you can say, I'm so sorry, sir. My boss is not in the office right now. Would you please to call back later? Or maybe if your clients want to call back again later, just ask him politely what number that you are going to call you back. And also another situation, maybe you can create a situation of making an order, making an appointment, or complaining of something. But the staff of how to make a business telephone calls should be used in your group dialogues by using a business telephone. I think that's all. So I do hope that this video can help you much understanding about our material, how to make a business telephone call, and also after listening my explanation, I hope that you can understand and you can do the assignment or the homeworks by making a group into and try to create a situation of business telephoning. You try to record it, and then the record should be sent in my email or my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much for your attention. So have a nice home study class. Hopefully all the situation will be recovered soon, and everything will be running well. Thank you very much. See you for this session. Bye bye.